Okay, this is a Russian twist. We instruct the client to sit on the ground, lift those heels off the ground, lean at a 45-degree angle with your chest up and your back straight. Go ahead and turn your torso to the left and to the right. Good. A way to regress this exercise is drop those heels on the floor. Go ahead and lean back at a 45 and rotate that torso. Good. A way to progress this exercise is you're going to go ahead and add some weight. Grab the kettle home by the horn, right on the chest, lift those heels up, and rotate the torso. Good. Common mistakes that we see with this exercise is clients tend to either flex the spine or hyperextend the spine, so we make sure we correct that. And we also make sure this is the squat. Instruct the client to have the feet shoulder width apart, bend at the hips, bend at the knees, and sit up, sit down, and back up. Regression, sit to stand. Bend at the hips, bend at the knees, sit, and come back up. Good. A progression would be single leg squat. This leg is going to stay up the entire time, bend at the hips, bend at the knees, and come back up. Good. Common mistakes, we see valgus of the knees. Make sure we push those knees out. We always see the chest is dropping, so make sure the chest is always straight up when you do the movement. Perfect. And that's the squat. Okay, so this is the starting position of a push-up. Hands underneath the shoulders, feet are fully extended. Flex the elbows at a 90 degree and come back up. Good. A way to regress this exercise is on the knees. Same thing, elbows are going to be bent to the 90 degree level and push right back up. Good. Way to progress this exercise, clapping between each push-up. Good. And clap. Good. Common mistakes we see is hyperextension of the hips and flexion of the hips. Make sure we correct those and we have a push-up. The exercise we're going to be doing is called the rows using a resistance band. Instruct the client to stand shoulder width apart, slight bend at the knees, hold the resistance band and pull straight back. Squeezing that shoulder blade and slowly release. A way to regress this exercise, take a step closer, decreasing the resistance in the band. Same thing, go ahead and pull back, squeezing the shoulder blades. Now to progress this exercise, we either take a step back or we use a completely different band with more resistance and go ahead and do the same movement. Some of the common mistakes we see with this exercise, clients tend to lean back when doing this exercise, so we make sure to go ahead and correct that, make sure they're standing up straight. Sometimes there's also flexion of the wrist while pulling the band in, which limits the range of motion of the exercise. We go ahead and correct that. And that's a row. This is a single leg Romanian deadlift. We're going to go ahead and start with one leg, slightly bend at the knee, bend at the hips, extend that leg and make sure the back is fully straight. Good. A regression would be double leg RDL. Both knees are slightly bent, hips are flexed, back is straight, and you come right back up, squeezing those glutes. Great. Progression would be adding a dumbbell or a kind of kettlebell to the single leg RDL. On one leg, go ahead, bend the hips and keeping the back straight. Perfect. Common mistakes that we see with this exercise is valgus or various of the knees. Make sure that the hips are always square, the back remains straight, and the chest is up, and you have a single leg.